When it comes to traveling, not everyone is willing to make big compromises. Some people don't want to give up comfort just to save a bit of money or reduce the weight of their trailer, while others aren't willing to sacrifice convenience for the sake of luxury. That's exactly the gap the Next 380 travel trailer steps in to fill. It's been designed for those who don't believe they should have to choose between one or the other. Instead, this new player in the lightweight, entry-level towable market is promising a balance that feels almost too good to be true. The Next 380 is the very first product from Next Caravan, a fresh face in the industry that's already making some waves. Their motto is all about next-generation camping and delivering pure joy, pure price. In simple terms, they're trying to offer a travel trailer that comes with everything you actually need while leaving out the unnecessary extras that only add to the cost. Their approach is straightforward. What you see is what you get, and what you get is exactly what makes camping feel effortless. The debut of the Next 380 took place at the massive 2025 Düsseldorf Caravan Show, which is pretty much the biggest stage in Europe for recreational vehicles. Being showcased there gave this trailer immediate credibility and exposure, since that event is where seasoned campers, curious first-timers, and industry experts all gather to see what's next. And speaking of what's next, the trailer's name couldn't have been more fitting. Now, if you've been around caravans and trailers before, you might notice a certain resemblance between the Next 380 and the Fendt Apero. Some of the early promotional photos even accidentally showed Fendt labels still attached, which hints at the possibility that this model may share some DNA with that trailer, or even be a rebranded version of it. But honestly, that doesn't take away from the fact that the Next 380 is an appealing package in its own right. It feels like a refined option for travelers who want a balance of affordability, compact size, and thoughtful design, but still expect mid-range levels of comfort. The numbers tell part of the story. Riding on a single axle, the Next 380 measures 5.88 meters, just over 19 feet, in total length. That makes it relatively compact, which is ideal for towing and maneuvering. Yet, it doesn't feel stripped down or cheap. Its exterior design stands out immediately with its distinctive body shape, clean graphics, and the decision to do away with a traditional gas box on the tongue. Construction-wise, it uses sandwich panels with smooth sheet metal on the outside and clever insulation tucked in. The result is a trailer that's light but durable, efficient in keeping heat in or out, and stylish enough to draw attention at a campsite. Inside, the trailer is clearly aimed at couples, although it can squeeze in a third sleeper thanks to the convertible dinette. And while it's not meant to be fully off-grid, it is designed for year-round use, as long as you're plugged in at a campsite. That limitation isn't unusual in the European market, where trailers of this type tend to prioritize comfort and affordability over self-sufficiency. Still, what sets the Next 380 apart is how much it manages to pack in and how well it manages to feel cozy without feeling cramped. The design philosophy here is reduced to the max. That might sound like a contradiction, but what it really means is trimming away anything unnecessary while still keeping the comforts that matter most. Step inside, and you'll find a very welcoming layout. One end is occupied by a bright dinette. The other end houses a fixed French bed, and in between, you'll find the galley kitchen and a compact bathroom. It's a layout that's functional, familiar, and surprisingly livable given the trailer's size. The kitchen is a great example of how the Next 380 balances practicality and style. You get a 2-burner cooktop and sink combo, which is standard, and across from it sits a 90-liter compressor fridge, enough for several days' worth of groceries. Storage is where this kitchen really shines, though. It's filled with cabinets and drawers that even have soft-close hinges, a feature you'd expect in higher-end models. On top of that, there are open shelves designed to hold felt baskets. This isn't just a clever way to save weight and cost, but it also makes storage flexible and gives the space a personal, homey feel. The bathroom, as you'd expect in a trailer this size, is more about smart compromises than full luxury. You don't get a full bathroom setup, and there's definitely no room for a proper shower. Instead, you get a compact toilet room with a bench toilet, and then, cleverly positioned outside that room near the bed, is a small washing space with a mirror and integrated storage. It's not extravagant, but it's a cut above what most compact trailers offer. For most campers, it'll feel like just enough to stay comfortable without pushing the price or weight too far. Sleeping arrangements are straightforward but effective. The fixed double bed is on the narrower side, but it's still a proper place to crash after a long day outdoors. Underneath, you'll find storage, which can optionally be accessed through a large flap door on the exterior. That way, you don't always have to lift the mattress to stash or retrieve items, which is a thoughtful upgrade for those who like efficiency. Heating and water are handled in a way that supports comfort without overcomplicating things. Standard equipment includes a Truma Vario heat space heater and a 25-liter fresh water tank, paired with a gray water tank of similar size. For those who want to step things up a little, there are 3 optional packages that add extras, such as a Truma Therm water heater, a fly screen door, and those handy felt baskets for storage. Even fully spec'd, the trailer still stays under a very reasonable price cap. Speaking of weight, the standard model comes in with a maximum permissible weight of 1,000 kilograms, just over 2,200 pounds. That makes it towable by a wide range of vehicles, which is important for buyers who don't own a massive SUV or truck. If you go for one of the option packages, that max weight can be increased to 1,300 kilograms, about 2,866 pounds, which adds some flexibility. And now, probably the part most people care about: the price. The next 380 starts at 18,900 euros, which is roughly $22,200 at today's exchange rates. Even if you choose to go all in with the extras, the price still won't cross 22,000 euros, or about $25,800. For a brand new trailer of this size, and with this level of equipment in Europe, that's a very competitive deal. Many other entry-level models with fewer features or less stylish finishes will easily run higher. Next Caravan's slogan, "Camping can be this easy," really sums it up. The next 380 isn't pretending to be a luxury apartment on wheels, nor is it trying to strip everything down to the bare bones. Instead, it sits comfortably in that sweet spot where comfort, affordability, and practicality meet. It's light enough to tow with ease, compact enough to fit into almost any camping setup, yet outfitted well enough to keep you happy on trips that last more than just a weekend. In many ways, the next 380 feels like a trailer that understands its audience perfectly. It's for couples who love the outdoors, but also appreciate having a warm, comfortable base to return to at the end of the day. It's for new campers who don't want to jump straight into the deep end with a huge RV investment, but also don't want to feel like they're roughing it in a bare-bones trailer. It's also for seasoned travelers who are looking for something smaller and easier to manage without giving up the essentials. At the end of the day, what makes the next 380 stand out isn't just its features on paper, but the way all those pieces come together to create a cohesive experience. From the thoughtful storage solutions to the inviting interior layout, it's clear that a lot of care went into making sure this trailer feels like a home away from home. Whether you're sipping coffee at the dinette, cooking a meal in the galley, or cozying up in the bed, you're reminded that comfort doesn't always have to mean compromise, and convenience doesn't have to mean cutting corners. If you've been dreaming about getting into the world of caravanning, but have been put off by the idea of choosing between cost and comfort, the next 380 makes a strong case that you really can have both. It might just be the beginning of a new generation of camping, one where simplicity, affordability, and joy go hand in hand. And for anyone ready to hit the road without giving up what makes the journey enjoyable, it could be the next big thing worth considering. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Also, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of my future uploads. If you know someone who would enjoy this video as much as you did, share it with them. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.